Well, happy Friday evening to you, YouTube. How's it going? My name's Jim, and you've landed on the Jim of All Trades channel. Not the Jack of All Trades channel, the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. We're going to look at the market tonight and see what's going on from the macro perspective on Bitcoin, see if that gives us any kind of implication. I've been racking my brain, guys, as far as the count is concerned. As far as this micro count, this last push up was a little bit of a surprise to me as far as how high it's come and to be honest with you, the shape of the wave that's been made. So I'm trying to fit that within a structure, trying to understand the main structure here and how these waves act together so that we can understand what's going on. So let's jump in. Let me tell you, I'm just going to start firing bullets and showing you everything I'm seeing and try to put it together the best I can so that we can have some kind of an idea here. Whenever I don't know, I clear my chart and I start over. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do here. I'm on the daily chart on Bitcoin. Obviously, we had a run up. I'm going to call this a finished wave, guys. Okay, I'm not going to call this like like the end of the third wave or something like that. This is too deep of a retracement. I'm going to just call this a finished one wave, okay? And then we have a three-wave pullback. It's very clear. I'm not going to go through that count. I've done it many times. But there's basically a triangle in here. So that's basically a W, X, and a Y, or excuse me, an ABC, something like that. Okay. So there's just a clear three-wave correction here, okay? Now, off of that three-wave correction, we have an impulse wave, okay? It's a clear five-wave move. There's no doubt about it. It's just so clear. It's all day long a five-wave move, and that was our run up to 13.8 right here. Had a fairly difficult 535 correction. That might be the way you look at it. Pretty difficult nonetheless. Three-wave move there, but there it is. And finally, if this was a 5, okay, if that's a 3, then we're looking for another 5-wave move. Now, generally speaking, we like to see the next wave get up, the next 5-wave move get up to the 1-to-1 extension. Let's talk about where we expect that to go as I put that there. The 1-to-1 extension is up here at $15,000, okay? Roughly 14.8, 14.7 in that ballpark. Roughly $15,000. That's the 1-to-1 extension. The 127 is another extension that we like to hit, and that is the $18,000 mark. Okay. So if that were the case, guys, if this were just some kind of a 5, 3, and a 5, okay, it's come down a little deep for a 535, but it's kind of a flattish formation here. Then somebody might be expecting another three-wave move to the downside to get us down to that sub 2,000 number that a lot of people are talking about. I just don't necessarily see that on the chart, to be honest with you. It just doesn't look right to me. In fact, I'm just so strong. I feel so strongly about this being a 5-wave move and a 3-wave move. I really need to see this come on up and get us a 5-wave move. All right, that's the difficulty here. This is a really difficult wave to count. And a lot of times when waves are difficult to count, it's generally because they are in the making. They are they're being made, and they're hard to see because they're incomplete. And so anyway, we do the best we can with the structures. Okay, so those are some things that I'm thinking about macro count. So I'm looking at least for a 5-wave move to get us up here to the 1-to-1 extension minimum. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, now a couple of things that kind of help that along is right here. We've got what we call hidden bullish divergence here. It's pretty strong when your price is making higher lows, where the RSI is resetting and making lower lows. The only thing I don't like about it is that on the daily we haven't hit very low. I'd like to see that divergence to come on down here, okay, and that divergence hold. 12-hour chart. As I go down the charts, 12-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour, like that, you're going to see that. Remove the drawings here. You're going to see that divergence gets stronger. So watch the divergence as I change the charts here. 12-hour chart, and you can see how that's come down lower. 8-hour chart. Okay, that's come even lower. That divergence is still there. 6-hour chart. Okay, so you can see how that's done. Now, the other problem that we have, that hidden bullish divergence has somewhat played out. Okay, and what we now have is hidden bearish divergence on the 6-hour chart. We've got hidden bearish divergence right here. Okay, boom, making a higher high while we made a lower high here on the chart. So that's what we call hidden bearish divergence. Okay, and that may have already played out with this down move. Okay, and now on the 6-hour chart we have no more divergence, giving us any kind of inclination where we might be headed. All right, so on the 6-hour up to the, let's see, the daily, we may, it looks like, we've got that divergence. We may be heading up for a bit. We have broken on the daily. We've broken this, let me show you here. Broken out of this trend line. Get that nice and big so you can see it. We've broken out of this trend line and we've come back and retested it, but we've made, we're on our way down, kind of, sort of. So this could continue on down, or this needs to kind of work. You can see like on this past wave, for instance, it came out, it came back, it retested, and then it shot up. Okay, so we need that continuation move. If we're on the daily chart, if we're gonna get any more bullish from here. But anyway, it's looking fairly bullish on the daily. From that divergence standpoint and from the RSI standpoint. Okay, something to consider. Okay, just looking at those things. All right, so let's zoom in now and look at this wave, and let me just tell you what's so difficult about this. If this is supposed to be a 5-wave move here, we've got to somehow find 5 waves here. Now, the first thing I do is I throw the fibs on. Now, what I've done here is I've just stayed zoomed out here. I'm not zooming in, and I'm just going to say, okay, I'm just going to show you what just jumps out at me as wave delineations. And so, right there, my number one kind of. My take is that this is 1 and that's 2, okay, and that this right here is probably 3, and this could be 4, and we could be on our way up for the 5th wave. And that would get us our 535, 535. We'd probably get some kind of extended wave up here to 15,000. Like so. Now, if that's the case, this needs to be an impulse. This needs to be an impulse and then a 3-wave correction. And that's where we get sticky. So, in other words, what I talked about with my group last night is that as we look at this wave and we try to make a decision based upon, okay, what could be the Elliott wave count, I've offered a possibility that somebody might count this way, okay, we might count it this way. So the question is, do all of these waves pass the rules? Do they follow the rules? Do they look good as waves? Well, on the 3-wave, I always like to be able to see a nice subcount. Okay, so I'm going to go down to the 8-hour chart. And on the 3rd wave, I'm going to show you how I'm counting that particular wave. Right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I count the waves like that. You might put the 3rd wave here instead of here. This might be some kind of a running triangle. It's a weird shape nonetheless. It's an odd shape, no doubt. So I'm not sure where 3 ends and 4 what the shape of 4 is, but we had really simple here, very complex here. That's good alternation here. So all of this was the 4th wave of the 3rd, and then we got an extended 5th wave. Now, there are things I don't like about the 5th wave. For instance, it ended with a 3-wave move. as Bitcoin often does. Okay, I don't like that. That's very difficult to understand. Now, you say, well, maybe it didn't finish there. Maybe this is your three-wave move. Now, I kind of stepped away from this as a possibility for several reasons as a three-wave. But regardless of the way you look at that, no pure elliott wave perspective is going to give you a clear handle on this wave at all, on this entire wave, because it's just at every level you break some kind of rule somewhere. Okay, that's why you can't be a purist in the leveraged market. You can't be a pure Elliott wave purist Elliott waver in a leveraged market, because they break too many rules. We have to change with the times and change with the way the market is trading, with algorithms and computers and high frequency trading, and the market or the exchanges and how they operate and whatnot. So anyway, so that's those are the difficulties. Now let's zoom in and let me show you some more difficulties here that make this just extremely hard to really nail down, and why I can't be definitive in anything that I say at this point. Now, I already pointed out the three-wave there. So ending on a three-wave is difficult. It's just so, and there's no such thing as a, and I've said this in previous videos, as a 5-3-3. Okay, because here's a three-wave move right here. There's a 3-3-5 and a 3-3-3, but there's no such thing as a 5-3-3. Okay. Ignoring that difficulty, let's look at the rest of the difficulties. Okay. Assuming this is a 5-wave move, and I think it is, then we had a 3-wave pullback, fairly deep. Okay. Then we had a nice impulse down. So we had a 5, a 3, had a 5 again, and then this thing came so deep it came back and it overlapped the 1. So we can't say, you can't count this anymore as a 1, 2, 3, 4 and looking for 5. Can't count it like that at all, because this overlaps the 1. Now one might say, hey man, it only wicked it. It only wicked it. Still okay. It's fine. But as far as wave shape is concerned, this 4 doesn't follow the rules of alternation, which says if you have a simple 2, you're gonna have a complex 4, because they're both about the same shape. Okay, so that's another difficulty there. That the shape of this wave is also very hard. Okay. Now, what else? What else can we talk about here? Well, if this is some kind of a 3-wave move that's finished, that means we're heading up 1, 2, and we're going up for the next wave, because this is moving relatively impulsively. Then we have to be able to count this. As a 5-wave move. Okay. So let's do that. Let's test it and see if we can count that as a 5-wave move. I'm having a hard time counting it as a 5-wave move. First off, I don't have a very clear 1 wave. I got 1, 2 right there. I think this is all chop and left over from the last wave. You see the flat in here right there. So I think this was the end of like wave 3. This was 4, and then we had a truncated 5th wave. And so this is the beginning of a new wave. That's the way I'm looking at it. All right. Now, the problem with this wave is that it's just weird. It doesn't measure right. If I measure the first wave, where's the third wave go? Where does wave 3 go? How do you count the 5 subwaves of wave 3? Where's wave 5? You got a 3-wave move here. Ends in a 3-wave move. And You might say, hey, this is a 4, but we didn't go up to make the 5th. We came down and broke the 1. So to me, this doesn't look like an impulse wave starting a new move. It's a corrective wave. This is a corrective type wave. It's a 3-wave move. It measures very well like that. Let me show you how I'm seeing that move. See that right there? Oh, that's 1. So I'll pull the fibs here. See how we come up to the 127 extension? It's a nice 3-wave move here. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. The only problem is how it ends. But it ends just like this other one does, with a 3-wave thing. Doesn't make sense. Okay. So that's a difficult wave. So I'm not inclined to say that this is a 1-2. I'm inclined to say that this is a 3-wave correction. Okay? Now, let's go to the further difficulties that we see. Now, this wave right here was coming down impulsively. The 1618 is down here somewhere. So the last video, the last live stream I gave when this was happening, I was expecting this. I was expecting we got 1, 2. I was thinking that was 3, and this is 4. Okay? And then this was going to be 5. Okay? My only problem with that is that we ended this thing with a 3-wave move. The last wave's 3 waves. You say, no, Jim, there's 5 waves in there. Okay. Well, regardless, they're not proportional. They don't look right. They don't look proportional to each other. Okay. You might say, well, this is some kind of a weird triangle. Maybe. I'm just trying to deal with the difficulties, right? Just trying to come up with a way to understand the difficulties. A, B, C, D, E. Some kind of a running triangle, maybe? And then you got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you got a 5-wave move that finishes it. Maybe. Maybe that's the 4th wave. It's some kind of a triangle. So that's a way to deal with it. The way I was looking at it was we have a ending diagonal here. And this is basically an A, B, and a C with an ending diagonal. And then you have a 1, 2, 3 off of this. So when you measure this, we came down to the 1618, but we didn't finish. It didn't finish. It just 3-waved and stopped. I was telling everybody, I was saying, God, it's so likely we're just going to kind of fold over and finish this wave. And it looks like we were going to, but then we just started going up from there. And Jim looks like, he got it wrong. Well, of course. But I did talk about this possibility in the video. I said, one way we could look at this, and I said this in the last video, could have a 3-wave. This could be a 3-wave, and then we get an impulse for a flat. And that, to me, what it looks like. It looks like a flat. Does it measure like a flat? Let's check it out. We came a wick to the 1618. We got a finished 5-wave move. Looks finished. Okay. So now we've got this move to the downside. Okay, this 3-wave move up. Now are we headed down? Is this going down from here? If this is going to be a flat, I would really like it. It would make me happy if this just started going down now. Then I could make some sense of this wave. If this started going down right now, I would be inclined to say that this is 1, 2. This is 1, 2. Now this is 1, flat, 2 of the next wave, and the next wave is going to be really, really big to the downside. Now, that's the way I'm looking at that if that's a flat. But what if it's not a flat? What if, let's just say for argument, this starts going up from here? Is there anything on the RSI saying it's going to go up? We've got hidden bearish divergence here, so that's one strike against up. It's actually exaggerated bearish divergence, but there it is. This is on the 2-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, it's hidden bearish. Okay. We've got a little bit on the small time frame hidden bullish divergence working right here. I suppose they'll finish this in a 3-wave move like they often do. Do that, and then start working their way down. That would be okay. I wouldn't like the count, but I mean, they did it here. Why not here? And they worked their way down. I don't know. So this, I guess I'm just saying this is really hard from a structure standpoint, and it's not an easy count, and there's so many things wrong. So many difficulties with all of this. Okay. Now that's BTC. That's BTC. Now, a way to handle this, a way to deal with this structure, the 3-wavishness of these waves, is that we could be getting a complex correction right here. That this is indeed a 3-wave move. And that this right here is a 3-wave move. And we could get another 3-wave move to the upside. And that would be a W, X, and a Y, a 3, 3, 3 correction. Okay. And that would still give us our 1, 2, 1, 2. Really complex, really ugly, really so many things to say about that. But that would still give us downside move after that. Now, what kind of downside move could we expect if that happens? Well, it would be another 3-wave move. We would expect, since we had a 3-wave here and a 3-wave there, we would expect maybe a 3-wave here, and that all of this would have to be recounted, and it can be counted this way, as a finished 1-wave. And this is our 2-wave. And we are indeed going to the moon. So there is a bullish moon count, even though it's calling for downside now, then some up, and then more down. So that's a possibility of the way to handle it. Is that what's going to happen? Who knows? Who knows? Right? I don't know what's going to happen. I never do. What I'm trying to do is make sense of the structure and do the best I can with what I have to make a prediction based upon structure. Okay, what could come next? Well, if this stays in this region as a 3-wave flat, then we would expect, if this is 5 waves, if we count this as 5 waves somehow, then this would have to be 5 waves at least. And it could be a very big wave. Or it could be a short wave, and we could have a 5-3-5 correction, and then expect more upside after that. And that would be a bigger ABC like that. Possibility. Okay. What I like to do is look at other pairs for some correlation. Is there any bias in those? Litecoin might be helpful to look at here. Now, Litecoin, off the bottom, off the March COVID dump, didn't give us a 5-wave move. It gave us a 3-wave move. And it causes me to wonder if I should go back and try to interpret the last wave that we received from Bitcoin as a 3-wave move. I might do that one day, but not. But we got a three-wave move. XRP on the daily chart. Just like Litecoin, gave us a three-wave move. So, and they're beautiful 535s. They're easy to count and beautiful. And then what we have off the top here is an interesting structure. Is that a diagonal? In XRP? It's ugly if it is, but it could be. And what that would mean is we'd be expecting a 5-3-5 or some kind of three-wave move. Okay. But that's a diagonal to the downside. That would mean another push to the downside. It could go lower, make a new low, or we could have a 3, then a 3, then we could get a 3 again. Guys, this could go sideways for all year. So we'll have to wait and see what we get there. So, but this was looking very much to the downside the other night. But again, we got this strong move to the upside. So we got this three-wave move. Let's interpret in Litecoin what we got to the downside. Interesting wave structure. Excuse me. So we got a clear move off the top. Looks like a leading diagonal of some kind. Then a three-way pullback. And then how do you count this? How do you count this last wave? Well, it looks like to me last wave should be counted something like this. 1, 2, 3. So pretty deep 4. Okay, and a 5. You can see that this wave that we just made, the 4-hour chart here, has only come to the 127 extension, and it has not broken the 1 yet. In fact, it's found resistance here. We got a three-wave move. Could be finished. We've got hidden bearish divergence here. Looks like it has more. It could go maybe, but this is hidden bearish divergence. Excuse me. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, just continuing to just shoot at you all the things that I'm seeing. You'll notice that the RSI has formed a wedge. Now, when you got a wedge forming in an RSI, you're going to get a break down to the downside here, because this is a rising wedge. So this could go up again. Or it could simply go down from here. So we have to watch and see. One, two, three, four, 5. Looks like it finished 5 waves. All right, so there's the difficulties, guys. This is supremely hard. I cannot give you any definitive answers. Again, this move to the upside surprised a little bit. Not so much that it went up this far, but how it went up. I've been looking at this as a potential 3-wave in XRP, which would mean down. That would correlate well that would correlate well with Bitcoin's. Bitcoin's flat there. But Ethereum can't get on board with that because I don't have the same structure. I don't have the same three-wave structure in Ethereum. Ethereum looks more like an impulse wave that's finished, and it's ready to come down in three waves. Ethereum looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and is ready to come down three waves and then more up. That's the way Ethereum looks. So I can't get, but the only problem I have with that, is that this is so bearish right here. Okay, and then we got this three-wave prolonged pullback. Man, I was expecting this thing to go down a lot more bearishly than it has. Now again, we could get something like three waves and then another 5 waves that doesn't break this high. Then you have a 1, 2, 1, 2 again, and then guys, oh man, would we be going down? Keep in mind we have hidden bearish divergence here on the 2-hour chart. Let me show you on the 1-hour chart. So that's exaggerated. Well, the same peak is right here. Sorry, guys. Whew. This peak right here tops out right here. And this peak is right here. Doesn't mean this can't come up and then break that out, blow that divergence out of the water. But there's hidden bear there. Okay? So, all right, guys, there you go. I mean, I just wanted to just kind of give you all of this. Now, how do we put it together? I really just need more info, more data. I need to see what this next wave is going to do. Okay? I want to see what this next wave is going to do. Is this going to, an XRP, is it going to continue to go up? Or is it, or is it going to come down? Is it going to finish this in 3 waves, 5 waves? How is it going to play? How is Bitcoin going to play? Is it going to play as this flat right here and then continue down, or is it going to come down in 3, 3, 3, or is this going to continue up impulsively and we get some kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 waves back, and then we continue up, and then we'd have some kind of move like this. How is it going to play? I really need to see what's going to happen. But I was very, very bearish the other day. A little bit more tentative now in my bear sentiment. So, guys, long video, a lot of information coming at you. But it's more of just saying, guys, this is difficult. These are the things that I'm seeing. These are the things that I'm weighing. We can still trade the small waves as they come. Been trading divergences today. We had a last night in the trading group. I called out a couple of trades. If you want to see them here, let me just show you. Last night, this is XRP making a downward move. I counted it. This was last night. Let me show you what it looks like today. XRP's move, that the chart that you just saw was this move right here. Okay, and then that's the move we caught. If anybody traded that signal. So yeah, I mean we can trade as we see patterns. We can trade these smaller waves, not even knowing where they're going, but we can trade them nonetheless. And make money along the way, but it's more of scalp trades, smaller time frame trades. But this is tradable. But right now, just knowing the long term where it's going, the market makers are doing a good job of concealing it. So keep that in mind, guys. All right, I know that's a long time. If you made it to the end of the video, let me know. I'd love to hear that you made it all the way to the end. Let me know in the comments, and I appreciate it. All right, you guys have a great night. Sorry about all the discombobulation, but that's where we are. So I hope that video just helps you a little bit, just weigh and understand where we are in the market. Until the next video, we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.